I was recently watching a little bit. Well, it was just a clip more than anything from Revzilla's High Side Low Side podcast, and they mentioned in there about tiered licensing. So something similar to what a lot of European countries have, where you're restricted, I believe, by horsepower. But here in New Jersey, we kind of have that already. It's not completely a tiered licensing setup, but depending on how you choose to get your endorsement, could have you limited to riding a smaller bike. Now, like many states in New Jersey, if you choose to take an MSF course, a basic rider course, you get a waiver and you can get your endorsement, your motorcycle endorsement, added on to your driver license. However, if you choose to go the route of not taking the MSF, there are a few little conditions. First condition is that we concert hall. Okay, that's not required to get your license in Jersey, but it is required when you're riding on a bike with exhaust. It sounds this good. Yep, toot my own horn. Well, back to the licensing here in Jersey. Okay, step one. Now, this is going to get a license without taking a basic rider course. Go to the Motor Vehicle Commission. They don't call it the DMV anymore here in Jersey. They call it the MVC, the Motor Vehicle Commission. Anyway, you go there. You can get the little motorcycle riding handbook. You can apply for your motorcycle permit. And then you have to take a written test. Now, after you pass the written test, you're issued a motorcycle permit where you must practice riding for a minimum of 20 days before you can take the written test. But during this practice period, you can't ride at night. There are specifics, all written out in legalese about, from this time to this time, yada, yada, yada. But it's basically you can't ride at night. Now, after your practice period is up, you schedule an appointment to go take the riding test. There's a few testing centers around, and you go and you're gonna do the usual. We're gonna do a U-turn, we're gonna stop with the front tire in the box, all sorts of silly stuff like that, all while an examiner is watching, making sure that you don't go putting your feet down for balance, stuff like that, the usual. Well, it's all well and good depending on the bike that you use. If you use, and this is as of January, I believe, 2013, if you use a bike of 231 cc's or smaller to take the test, you'll have a restriction placed on your motorcycle license. which states you can't ride a motorcycle, legally anyway, you can't ride a motorcycle larger than 500 cc's. It was a little bit hard to tell from doing my research on this, because I had heard about this before, but I did a little bit more research on it, and trying to find out when that restriction goes away, it's kind of hard to see. I don't know if it lasts forever, or if it's something where if you go and then take the basic rider course, you can get the restriction removed. Not exactly sure. But New Jersey, in a sense, does have a tiered licensing kind of setup. Yeah, so in a nutshell, that's kind of how it is in New Jersey. It's kind of weird. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it. I did not take the MSF to get my motorcycle endorsement. I had a loaner bike from a motorcycle shop where I bought my first new bike. It was a Yamaha V-Star 650. They gave me a loaner bike. This thing was small. I know it was less than 231 cc's. I think it was less than 100 cc's. It was a little Yamaha, almost looked like a youth model street bike or something. It was pretty small, and it was very comical. Was watching my brother take his ridden test on the bike as well. Because I mean, he during the test he did put his foot down. Oh, people. So yeah, he put his foot down during the test, and the examiner, she didn't see it because she was looking at me, laughing uncontrollably about how funny he looked, him being what, about 6'4" or so, on this tiny little bike doing the test. So we both passed. This was, almost 25 years ago though, so the rules have since changed a little bit. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments, and depending on where you live, does your state or country have any kind of a setup in place like this? Or do you have any other motorcycle laws where you live that are different from a majority of the country? Like all you guys with the legal lane filtering. Yeah, that's awesome. I still don't know that I would ever filter on this bike, because it's, I don't know. Just like, as far as motorcycles go, it should have a sign on there that says wide load. Anyway, we're here at a stoplight, so I'm gonna cut this video off, and we'll call it good. Let me know in the comments what you all think about this setup here in Jersey.